Okay, Phoenix Intelligence. Love itself, right? Love itself is free will. I just created a new kind of comfy binder. It's not so comfy, but it's preferable than the last one. I love using my initiatives. Initiatives are ideas that get thrown to me by source itself. And this I'm very grateful. I cannot generate my initiatives by myself without what gives me life. And because of this, I don't think someone can steal my initiatives because to start with, they are not even mine. Right? They're just flowing through me. Doesn't mean that I don't give credit for what flows through me. I give so much credit for what flows through me to the point where I literally take them out and carry every action. I don't just I carry out my initiatives because I feel if they're coming to me, it's a honor, and I'm honored to be used, right? Because if you don't allow knowledge flow through you, it will find another way out. It's just like if you don't allow, because, okay, I don't even know how to express it. It's just like you taking a shit, right? Infinite intelligence is trying to shit. That's how it is. Love is trying to excrete because it's infinite. This process of knowledge coming out of itself, right, is an infinite loop. It has no end to where it is going to because that's just the nature of love, infinite. So love on itself is infinite. The wall behind me, right, is pieces based on the fact that they keep plastering on old paint. I don't know how to stay if you experience something that didn't worship the God within you, when you didn't put that God within you as something that was of top priority, right? When you experience such, when you start putting that God within you as top priority, right? You find out that you don't see sense in why you accept such knowledge, right? Would always flow on free will. Free will implies love because love is free will. Force is the absence of love expressed. It is, like I said, thank God that. Sorry, I just woke up and I remember that I promised once I see light, I would come online as I promised. So, yes, this is my star, right? That is I'm just trying to design. I'm trying to shade the inside. So this is my star that is said to have chuku chuku. Yeah, that's what we call it, chuku chuku. Pointy edges, right? Sharp pointy edges. A star doesn't have sharp pointy edges. This is me attempting to draw a shining light from a distance, right? And when I try to draw it from a distance, what do you see? It appears that it has pointy edges. The shine gives that appearance or illusion. This star, right? This shiny light, right? What happens is when this shining light is positive, it increases the glow. It becomes a bigger shining light. And when it is negative, right? When it is negative, it reduces that glow. And you see, love is free will because free will must feel good. If it's not feeling good, right, it's not love. So you can't be with someone and you don't feel good, then you are not in love with them. If they don't feel good with you, like they're feeling good and you're feeling good must be on the table, present. If one is feeling good and the other is not feeling good, it is a one sided relationship. It must be balanced. That is what makes harmony when both parties feel good. This is why you only write an SLA agreement, right? To make sure that both parties are comfortable with the terms of coming together. That fact of making both parties feel good, right, means it is favorable to both of them. Even if one is losing, one is gaining, but both of them are being favored in the sense of electrons, because sometimes an electron would lose. Now, some people argue with me that negative also attracts positive because even negative loves positive. See, everything loves good thing. Even the devil, right, loves to have fun. That is what makes the devil the idea, right, of that devil figure that we create. So even that devil that is created by the belief of collectives, right, desires to have fun. And this is why nothing should deceive you. Free will is love. Love is the highest level of feeling good. And because love is the highest level of feeling good, you can't be not feeling good and you are expressing love because you are removing the most important thing about feeling good, about love, right? Which is feeling good. Because God is good all the time. And God is good all the time because love is everything positive. Goodness is God, literally. That's why when people don't follow God, don't follow love, you wonder if they really understand what it is to literally follow God. There is just everything good about it. All they see is the limitation of not having that condition or that justification to express lack of love. That lack of love, right, that they would express would only reduce that shining light that is the star that we're trying to draw. that is light, literally. This is what a star really is, because you and I are consciousness. And when you dim your light just to make somebody else feel good, you insult that which gives you light, which gives you life. And that is the most important thing to exist. I live with a sis, right? Who could, if she had her way, wouldn't talk to me. I'm too much to be handled by her mental capacity. She couldn't contain my intensity. And this is her free will. So I don't have conversations with her. And as best as she can, right, she is doing the best, her own way of love, to have me, because she's struggling to stand and yet still have me, right? This to her is an intense expression of love. So, what is the point of talking to me, right? But you see, I love her free will only. I don't try to talk to her because, first of all, she cannot contain it. And I am not lightweight. I am heavyweight in the sense of, it's not, I'm not saying my bicep or, I'm talking about mentally. I don't see how people make friends. It doesn't make sense to me. And if it were left to me, there is nothing. I've gone out and seen different people and how they reason, and I haven't found anything that I feel like I wish I was their friend. I don't know if you get where I'm coming from. I hardly see where I'm like, I want to talk to this person because I'm not seeing any sense. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't mean that they are not making sense to some people. They probably are, but they are not speaking anything love. And once it is not something that wants to understand what we exist within, it doesn't make sense to me. The solar flare is happening. It's not nobody's business. Nobody cares. And I don't understand why. I can't understand why nobody cares. I don't just know how to. And it is not something you force people to do. So the kind of people I want to even be around, I haven't seen. And so I'm not interested. I don't see it as anything special being around people. When she talks about going out and mixing with people, I'm like, what am I mixing with? To what end? On what game? Because it doesn't make sense to me. It has the least ability to mean something significant to me that I can feel like, okay, because I will not kill just to get work. Nor will I rape a girl just to get work. Nor will I try to bring somebody down just because I want to have a job. Because I have gone out there and the only thing that felt positive was being a caregiver, which experiencing made me see how to really care for someone. It taught me a lot. It taught me about safety protocols. It taught me about interaction literally deeply. And to this, I'm very grateful. I also learned how to be with people with different, because I understand every different mindset, right? Those that don't want to care that God exists, not because of anything, but because they don't even have they don't have the ability to comprehend it. It's just none of their business. So when they say God, 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 they're just saying it without understanding. You don't even understand when they say God. Because if I think if you understand when you say God, you would naturally be someone that would love. Because God is love. God would always express love. It is God to love. Because God is love. Right? And love is free will. So I only seek free will. And so I'm coming from a background where I had to understand this. So if you're coming to me and you're not showing any different sign of, see, you have to, I don't think there's any devil now that can exist that is more than Nigeria. So you can't be over there and you're showing me the same character of someone that is in Nigeria. I'm just shaking my head for you, like, because first of all, what is clear is that it doesn't matter your location, if you're having it better off or not, you would always have a justification to express lack of love, to do something that would reduce that shining light that is you. The thing is, God used itself to bet all that can exist. Thank you, Infinite Intelligence. And because God used itself to bet all that can exist, it is impossible for there to be a space or place that God does not exist. This means that it is so impossible that you or anything that is out there is not equally love. It means that if everything is love, right? Love is that light that is shining consciousness. So everything is shining consciousness. And you see, when you see shining consciousness like this, it means that, right, you are seeing it from a distance. Just like when we see the stars in the sky shining, it looks something like this in our reasoning. So it's just a dot, right? But we see the shine. It is us that have separated ourselves from love, right? That needs. So this is my prophetic wedding ring. I don't like people thinking probably I don't know what intimacy is. The other day I was reminded that, yeah, do you know how old you are? And I was like, do you think I look like someone that would be bothered about something as silly as that? About what you think. Because the truth is, you cannot project your fears to me. They are your fears, they are yours, not mine, right? And this does not mean that I cannot identify what feels good to me just because. what feels good to you, right, is to express yourself the way you are. It's not wrong. It's still this consciousness, this shining consciousness trying to experience itself in a deeper way. And that is something that is common with me. I like to dive deep to understand because I am all about understanding. And because I understand, I desire to understand even better. And love is infinite. There's no end to this. So if you desire to understand, you would eventually get that understanding because seek and you shall find is not a lie. It doesn't care if you are bloody wealthy. This is why you can be wealthy and not understand what you exist within and not care about it. It is your free will to be like someone that cares or be like someone that doesn't care. Nobody is going to tackle you for that, literally, because it is not in your description to follow anything but the God within you. Now, because free will, right, is very important. If a neighbor that can help me have ability to assist me, right, choose to use their free will after helping me to still mock me and make fun of me, that is something that a neighbor, just somebody living beside me, would do. Doesn't it occur to anyone that I am immune to that? That is Nigeria I live in. And I haven't been alive just today. It's been years. So I have seen different not caring to understand. I lived where I had to wear rags. This I wear is even more preferable to what I was wearing. And because I wore rags, my sis did not want to be seen around me because I embarrass her. Until today, I still embarrass her. It's just funny that I grow every day, right? Someone that never they thought could even become anything just started growing every day. And it's like, how? How are you doing it? Because people eat far better than me. People get it far better than me. So how do I grow every day? What is making me grow every day? And I do so much work than the normal average person because I'm always exercising my fire of ADHD, right? So I can be hyper focused on doing literally everything as I can to the best of my ability. If I'm going to do it, why don't I do it with love? That's what I ask myself because love is who I am. Why do I have to lose myself just to do something, right? So if I'm not going to lose myself to do something, that means I'm not going to lose myself to kill someone. I'm not going to lose myself to put someone down. Because anything that doesn't have positivity doesn't feel good with me, doesn't feel okay by me. I don't see how I can join the crowd just because everybody thinks killing people is normal. I would join them to do that. And you cannot like me because I would always do something positive. It's normal if that is who you are. It doesn't change the fact that I will now do something just to please you. I don't know how to put myself in that shoes, right? And this has isolated me further. So I'm living with people that I don't have conversation with. And the truth is, if I had all the money in the world, I would ensure that they are financially comfortable. And I will make sure we never see, never, because I don't have anything we are seeing for, apart from the fact that I am helping them with my energy. And as long as they can feel good, right? I have fulfilled that part of helping them with my energy. And I remember that every interaction I had with them, I made sure they felt love the best way I could, right? To the best of my ability. So moving myself out of that space is for my own sake, right? Because I've done the best, express the best love I can. I don't stay just because you give me your level of love. Because love, right, is everything positive energy. Sorry, my book and the camera. Yeah, love is everything positive energy. So your best of love, right, to you is very valid. And I appreciate it deeply. I deeply appreciate every expression of love because I can identify it. So I'm grateful. I'm always grateful. But it doesn't mean that I deserve that level of love which you are willing to offer. I love you so much to make sure that I give you all the love I can, right? And I will do everything in my power as long as I can. I'm someone that loves to be independent, and I don't like to make people feel burdened by my presence because I don't know how to, it doesn't just make sense to me, right? So I love and appreciate my sis, and if I can, I would get the best of the best for her. But that is the much I can do about it to ensure she's comfortable, feeling good. But to be in the same space with her is her free will as well as my free will. She doesn't need a constant reminder if she would treat me better just because I'm financially able to take care of her. It would not make sense to me. I would want to do that without even being around her. It's not something that needs my presence because my presence is precious to me. I love my free will. I love free will to not be in spaces that does not respect this God within me. Someone chatted me up from only God knew when and said we were close because I am literally always going to be there for you. But were you ever there for me? Was that ever replicated or reciprocated in the way I feel it? Being there for someone like me isn't about material things because I'm not materialized. I don't know how to be. A king is usually after so much more than appearance. A king that his kingdom is love. A king that his kingdom is material things probably would be fascinated with material things, but I am an ancient king, and an ancient king doesn't chase after the expression of things that should literally just come around to sustain feeling. Like everything, literally. That's why when I'm being corrected about books I keep, because I write a lot, so I try not to, or things I keep because I want to fix certain things or use my initiative. I try to take my time to say, okay, these things literally don't even have value in the sense that if all of Earth destroys now, they are just shit. They will just be tools that would have to come together, right? After being decayed and decomposed to make sense, make meaning again, to either refine, turn into materials that can be added up together. So I make sure that I'm not attached to letting go of material things, mainly because it doesn't make sense to me to keep material things. Doesn't mean that I don't find myself, right, trying to invent or use the material things, and my wanting to use them keeps me having them, right? And not every idea I get I implement to the fullest. So if I'm not going to use it, it's as well trash. It can be recycled, right? That's what I was looking for, recycled. Because everything gets recycled. So, and because most times I can be sentimental, there's this stupid form. Knitted this disgusting looking thing, and for the longest time, I sewed it by myself. I sewed the clothes, I cut the clothes, right? I did everything myself, and something poured on it, so it stained, right? Because I don't live alone, and I didn't keep it in like a secret place, hiding it, because once it's out of my view, it's almost like it's trash. I'm not using it. I'm not making use of it, right? So sorry that this video is a bit longer than the rest, but I won't make it so long. 35 should be my limit to this. But yes, this is intense. So I created certain things I put my energy into. I feel has like kind of a part of me inside it. So sometimes it feels like I want to just keep that part of me close to me. But after a while, I see it as I need to trash this because at the end, it is trash, right? It's just an external thing that I can always invent more of. I can always do more because I'm infinite, right? The ability to create is not limited to one. And so, if you stole one of my ideas, that is just one out of something more exciting that could come because that idea can be even it can never be the same as the rest because there's always something infinite, there's always something exciting to bring about in my head, right? So if today I dig deep, tomorrow I want to go much more deeper and deeper. And that's somebody I naturally am. So where I stop, right? is not really important where I'm going to, because I'm always going to keep going to trying to understand, because understanding is a lot about my energy.